formation very well, you could actually turn back the clock on all the physics that happen in those galaxies and get to something like the initial conditions of our universe, where all of everything came from. And I think those things are just kind of interesting. And a project like this is kind of telling us about the origins of our own galaxy. You know, most of us want to know where we came from.
Building a telescope that has enough power and sophistication to enable these sorts of projects wasn't straightforward. Engineers had to come up with a completely new design in comparison to Hubble.
So this telescope has this giant mirror, about 6.5 meters across, about 22 feet, and it has a sun shield that's the size of a tennis court. And so it's sort of an odd-looking design, an odd-looking telescope. The reason it was designed this way is because it's so big. It stands about 4 stories tall, so it's too big for any rocket to fit inside all unfolded in a rocket. So we had to fold it up to fit inside the rocket, and it unfolded once it was in space.
Since space-bound rockets do fail from time to time, over 3 decades of work, $10 billion, and thousands of scientists' work were on the line.
And we have engine start. And liftoff. Décollage, liftoff from a tropical rainforest to the edge of time itself. James Webb begins a voyage back to the birth of the universe.
Honestly, the launch was definitely not the hardest part of this mission. So following launch, we had 2 weeks of really intense, complex, complicated deployments to get this telescope unfolded. And myself, and I think all of us on the team, were really on the edge of our seats to wait for these deployments to happen.
Given its distance to Earth, if something went wrong with JWST's deployments, there wouldn't be repair missions like there was with Hubble.
The deployment of the sun shield was particularly intense. The sun shield itself is 5 layers, and it had to unfold and then deploy the 5 layers. And there were hundreds of release mechanisms on the sun shield that all had to release at just the right time and just the right way. There were quite a few single point failures, so that if one release mechanism didn't work, there would be nothing we could do to fix it. And so this particular part of the deployments, watching the sun shield deploy, was incredibly stressful, but everything went off so well. The engineers have built an amazing, incredible telescope, and after that 2 weeks, you know, I think all of us took a deep breath. There was definitely a big celebration after the last part of the deployments happened.